In today's video we're going to discuss sense of space, the monetary value of sense of space, trophy hunting, canned hunting and fishing. Comments are open. I'm not going to censor any comments, I'm not going to delete any comments as long as it's about hunting, fishing and sense of space. Welcome to St Lucia Experience, recorded here in St Lucia Beaches by Petrus Vivius and his favorite beach, Pardette. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, it's Petrus Vivius with your morning beach walk video. And today we're doing sense of space, a very valuable commodity. It costed us billions of rand over the last 22 years since it was introduced into public space. What's interesting in this time with the opening of the estuary mouth is the sediment build up here on the northern shore, northern banks of the estuary mouth. It stopped pivoting and it's building up a huge sandbar here. So we'll see how it develops. Yeah, getting back to sense of space, a very, very expensive commodity. How many people can afford to contribute financially to this expensive commodity? That gentleman is digging into the rod there, but I think he's just got a couple of reeds by the look of things. No, it's not advisable to fish the channel. Sense of space take 2. Let's see if I can calm down on this one. Right. For the sake of this argument, we're going to use 10 times the monetary value of 1998 because that's about the depreciation of the rand over the last 24 years and the increase of inflation. So, in 1998, the monetary value of the recreational fishermen and St Lucia as a town was 750 million rand. The informal sector made from the domestic tourists, which was mainly consistent of the people that came down to fish, 650 million rand. That's quite an even distribution of wealth. Now what happened with sense of space, and the argument with sense of space is that you can't crowd too many people into one place because then you lose the sense of space. Now I want to know what is the monetary value of sense of space if we look at this open beaches and we see the collapse of the total industry of the domestic tourists through the Zululand area. That's Hlui, Mkuzi, Ndumu and Tembe Elephant Park game reserves. That basically totally collapsed. We can see it at Farnies, Charters, Valsbaai and Mapelon. And that collapse is based purely on the argument of sense of space. And now we can also monetize the informal trade in the fisheries for that year. That was 850 million rand. So we're looking at far over 2 billion rand that was demolished, that was totally wiped out by the argument of sense of space. Now the problem if you come and you start arguing on a social platform and you think you're doing good for conservation and you don't take in consideration, if you take away that industry, the hunting industry, whether it's rhino hunting, lion hunting, it doesn't matter. If you take the industry away, it normally the void is filled with another industry. And we now see with the lions, with the canned hunting that's been stopped, as the people like to call the lion hunting, canned hunting. In South Africa we now have too many lions that cannot be cared for. They are now abandoned. But that lions used to make out our genetic pool of healthy lions in South Africa, you need at least 400 for a gene to survive. 400 individuals of a species for a gene to survive, not to be healthy. I can't remember the exact figure for a gene to be healthy, but I think it's in the excess of 4,000. I'm not sure. But the lion hunting provided for a stable, healthy lion gene pool. Now we don't have that anymore because we took away canned hunting and lion in cages, as the people like to call it. Now the lion farms has closed down, a lot of lions has to be destroyed, and we don't have enough open space for lions to survive, because lions need a certain amount of hectares. Now if you take all the conservation area in South Africa and you calculate it to what lions need in space, as a space for them to hunt in, we don't have enough conservation area for the gene pool to survive. Now this is things that the people, the keyboard ninjas, don't take into consideration when they start their fight. And it's with all hunting. It's with rhino hunting, it's with normal trophy hunting. They don't want trophy hunting because the animals should grow old and the animals should survive. Where do we put the new animals that is born? You guys don't fund the conservation areas. We as the hunters have to fund the conservation areas so that the gene pools can stay healthy, so that we've got healthy animals to sell to the hunters. You can't afford, none of you that argues against trophy hunting can afford to donate R1 billion a year to conservation. None of you, not one of you. Your total conservation contribution probably don't even exceed R100 a month. And that is where our problem is with gene pool diversity and sense of space. St Lucia Estuary, the greater St Lucia Wetland Park, now called Isimangalisa Wetland Park, is now going to be overrun with R4 billion worth of hotel developments. R4 billion worth of hotel development. It is now going to destroy the sense of space, of wide open spaces. Nature untouched is now being destroyed because of the interference of the very argument of sense of space that cannot be funded. Now billionaires are going to take away that sense of space. They're going to put hotels there to fund it. Do you guys understand the argument behind the value? What is the value of sense of space? We've taken away beach driving because we argued it was good for the environment. We sacrificed 160 million rand a year towards estuary management. Was it worth it? We sacrificed the recreational fishing. We killed the mangroves and replaced it with reeds. Was it worth it? In a presentation video where Dr. Alan Whitfield launches the new book about estuarine and marine management around the world, 2 volumes. I think it's too expensive for us to afford. He talks about the importance of mangroves. Dr. Whitfield, apparently GEF Foundation don't share your sympathy towards mangroves. This is the Global Environmental Fund's empathy towards mangroves here in St Lucia. I've got hours and hours of footage of dead mangroves if you guys want it. A non-functioning tidal channel. totally silted up and clogged up with indigenous but invasive reed species. Sense of space. What is your annual contribution towards conservation? And we will also do domestic tourism versus international tourism, the monetary value. I need to get pen and paper to write all this down. Never thought I was going to do video scripting. Hi guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please click on the photo of me and Pardette and you'll be subscribed. It's absolutely for free. YouTube don't charge you a cent. I don't charge you a cent. Everything is for free if you subscribe. It will help sustain me and Pardette in St Lucia and improve our quality of life. Thank you.